please rise for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome everyone to the Spring of 2018 Festival of the Arts event. I would like for all of you to please turn off your cell phones or silence them. And I hope everyone enjoys this show. Everyone has put a lot of effort into making the show a great one, and they do it all with passion, and we all hope you enjoy the show. Thank you. I would also like for Angel Gama to come.
Hello everyone, I am honored to be able to introduce Professor Jack Moran. He's been a teacher since 2011, teaching piano and music listening classes. This year will be his 44th year here at Daly. These classes involve Physics 105, Music 121, Intro to Music, Music 183, World Music, Music 124, Transit Modern Music, and the tuning classes, which is the World's Music and Transit Music and Modern Music. If you forget the list, you could look up his name on City College of Chicago website.com. So he had 36 years prior to here at Daly at CPS. He enjoys listening to music, playing golf, and cycling when he has free time. Born into the musical arts, growing up with music, when he was a boy, he had an aunt who was an opera singer in Italy. And with a love for music, his family shared. He was taught to sing, and after that, his love for music was rising. Throughout his college life, he sang Handel's Messiah and loves singing that song. He doesn't enjoy multitasking too much, so he tries to have his mindset on one task. Thank you all for coming. Please welcome Professor Jack Moran.
Thanks for coming tonight. This is kind of a new experience. No, it's not kind of, it is a new experience. Traditionally, I would be presenting tonight a piano recital with my piano students. And for a variety of reasons, Professor Hamilton and I kind of came in contact with each other. We kind of share the classroom back to back. She teaches right after I do. We were talking, and we kind of decided, wouldn't it be neat to do something like this, kind of combine it. A lot of times people feel that the word art is something we need a lot of special training, or it's very expensive, or something along those lines. It's really not. I mean, really two things that all arts must have. One, they have to have some type of plan. And two, it's got to be expressing something. And that's something we've got in common tonight. Even though we've got students that are playing the piano, and we've got students that are giving different types of speeches and talks today, the idea is the same. We're sharing our love and our enjoyment of the arts. So I'm going to start off with our first piano student. And it's going to be Elijah Fristow playing the harp song, followed by when the Saints goes marching in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miguel Robledo, and welcome to the presentation of the Honors Project. I've been fortunate enough of attending a previous honors presentation, and let me tell you, the concept of these students I'm about to present could one day be adopted by Facebook. Without further ado, I would like to present to you all representatives from the Honors Project, Niara Gadlin and Gabriel Sermon.
Hello, everyone. So as you mentioned, I'm Niara.
Gabriel.
And we're going to talk about something very interesting, our honors speech class that we're working on.
Yes. Well, first of all, I just want to thank Professor Hamilton for everything. You taught us a lot, and it was just a great experience, and you really opened our eyes on the project that we got to do. But yes, first of all, this whole thing came about, our project, our honors project, was at the very beginning where Professor Hamilton told us to introduce ourselves to our classmates, to our peers, to see what kind of persona we have, to see if we're shy, we're not shy, and those kind of attributes. So based on that, she puts us in 3 different categories, 3 different groups, to establish the different knowledge. And the first group is how can social media elevate the college learning experience, which was our honors project. And the second group was to get themselves involved with pros and cons. And the third group was like a solution to the cons that were involved in the project. But first of all, I want to say, what is social media, pretty much? And social media, it's websites and other online means of communication where people share information and establish professional relationships. And you could buy, sell, trade. You could do whatever you want on social media. And one of the most popular apps that does that is pretty much Facebook. All of us know about Facebook. Facebook has how many users? Really, like 1.9 billion users monthly, between 89 and 49 years old. Between 18 and 49 years old. So that's pretty much like a lot of us. So yeah, so YouTube has 1 billion users monthly, and Twitter 317 million users monthly. But the most visited website would be Google. Everybody uses Google for everything, research, but whatever. Google has pretty much like encyclopedia of knowledge. So yeah. So yeah.
So I was a part of the second group, which we had to define and kind of do research on how social media impacts our learning environment. So we learned some negatives and positives about that, but some of the negative effects were in 2015, like 3% of students, if that's even, I wonder how honest that is, only 3% of students actually admitted to not using their phones. So that means like 97% of students are using their phones in their classroom. Another interesting one was that 11% use their phones during half of the class time. So they're not paying attention in class pretty much. Another negative effect that we were seeing with social media in the classroom is that, for one, it's very distracting. With this being a college learning environment, teachers tend to be more lenient, which increases a student's need or want to actually check their phone. Some of the positive effects that we came across was that by using social media, peers and teachers are able to kind of distinguish certain personality traits that they may not pick up in the classroom. It's also engaging as far as certain topics that would not normally be discussed in the classroom environment are able to happen on platforms such as Facebook itself. Also knowing that with videos going viral, one instance would be where the young lady was being harassed by her dorm mate. By spreading awareness to what she was going through, some of their policies were able to be updated because people heard about it and they were outraged. Also, social media, it does build confidence, especially when someone posts something that's not necessarily I should say an unpopular opinion. So we all know, like, the more likes or loves you get on something, the more likely you are to actually express yourself. So we were thinking, what could we do to increase, because we know that social media is not going anywhere. It's pretty much here to stay. And we know that students are having a hard time focusing in class because they're more concerned about what's going on their Facebook or Instagram page. So we created an app/website called Colleague, COLLEAB. And what this platform gives is students an opportunity to pretty much express themselves. You would be able to go on this app and, you know, list the school that you attend. Kind of like Facebook, you create your profile. You're able to list the classes that you have. And pretty much, we created the website so where students could come together and help each other with like homework, meet with people who attend who attend events and have similar interests. And this platform is pretty much, it's something that's not available. We have Blackboard, but that's not really interactive. All you see when you go on Blackboard is your homework assignments, very minimal interaction with your peers because it's usually through a discussion board, but there's no live time frame of it actually happening. So imagine a Facebook for students to actually create. It would be a safe environment. So that's the other part to this entire honors project. We kind of broke down into groups twice, so it's like split into two parts. The second part was presentation, promotions, and legal. And legal, I start with legal last because they're like the most important part of it all. That's where they created the terms and conditions, the discrimination and disability policies. And we really wanted to make this site to be like, you know, super anti-bullying, and just a safe environment for students and for teachers to be able to post information and assist others with their college work. I think that's pretty cool because if I'm in Chicago, there's someone that's across the country that has the same major as me, the same interests and likes as me, or maybe we're struggling in this exact same, you know, assignment. Because virtually, it's all the same work, no matter what school you go to when you're in your major. So it would be pretty cool if I could just reach out to someone who, like if I type in search engine economics, or, because that's my major, if I type that in economics or microeconomics or maybe a certain keyword and it'll ping a certain profile and I can reach out to that person instantaneously, or maybe just read, you know, blogs or postings from a certain page, that would possibly increase my letter grade. So that's pretty cool. I think that's all I have to say about the app. Thank you guys.
First of all, good evening. Our next performer actually came to Chicago from Mexico at the age of 4. Both her parents are both very talented singers. Can you please wave her big knowledge? And she herself has been singing for 8 years and playing the guitar for 2. She's currently 17 and a junior at Kelly High School, where she is also on the salsa team. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dana Moreno.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to demonstrate Really quick, Love on the Brain by Rihanna. I will show you guys the chords and then I'll play like a small piece of it. So the first note that starts with the verse will be the G chord, the A minor, the E minor, and the D chord. That'll be for your verse, second verse, and chorus. For your pre-chorus, you use F chord, C chord, G chord, back to F, back to C, and then you will change those. So now I'd like to demonstrate you guys how to play it. You guys know. Hey, you